All art ages, some more gracefully than others, but it's always in some way a product of the time it's created in. Sometimes artists take steps to make sure that their art is void of anything that can age it, others not so much. And in my humble opinion, one of the worst things that can happen to art is aging poorly. All profoundness eroded by Father Time himself. It's not a good thing. So I asked you guys for some good examples of songs that aged poorly, and now I'm making a video that may or may not also age poorly.
He started beating up Shaquille O'Neal, then they both got flattened by the Batmobile, but before we could make it back to the Batcave, Abraham Lincoln...
That one boy in a band song, I was never taught what laws there are.
I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are.
I must be out of the loop. Is this just cringe, or did he actually do something illegal? Whoa, my god, okay. It's kind of crazy when you forget about a big YouTuber, and 9 times out of 10 they disappeared because they allegedly did something horrible. I mean, depending on your perspective, this either aged poorly or really well. I'm sure that'd be a pretty good case in court. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I have to say, I was never taught what laws there are. But honestly, I would argue this is not his worst aging song by a long shot. I don't know if you remember, but this dude has an entire song on Elon Musk and how he's gonna save the world. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I totally thought he had a song about Elon Musk. Turns out it was just a video of him yapping about how great he is. So it's not a song, I'm sorry. I totally thought it was a song. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. If you go back and listen to that video, it's insane. I mean, I know a lot of people thought similarly back then. He was kind of like nerdy, dorky, rich guy that's gonna do some cool stuff for humanity, or at least that's how a lot of people were seeing him. Yeah, now we all know that that wasn't true. I would take that video down if I were him. I mean, that is like bad. But once again, I mean, maybe he doesn't even realize that Elon went off the deep end, because I mean, he was never taught what laws there are. Travis Scott saying, "It ain't a mosh pit if it's no injuries" on Stargazing definitely hits different now.
And it ain't a mosh pit if ain't no injuries.
This is an insane one. You guys remember that old Travis Scott lyric where he says, "In 2021, I will hold a music festival that results in numerous injuries and multiple deaths"? Yeah, kind of crazy when you look back on it. Now, this one actually feels a little sad, because I mean, the whole Astroworld thing is genuinely like a terrifying thing to think about. That is like my worst nightmare in a crowd, and to think that that actually happened. And I'm not saying that it was entirely Travis Scott's fault necessarily. I know that whole festival was just put together carelessly, but he was pretty known for encouraging stuff like that pretty frequently, which is just weird to think about. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I think you can have a great mosh pit without any injuries. In fact, I think that would be preferable. I don't know, it might just be me. Quadeca's KSI diss track, too many people only know him for that, and it's ruining his reputation outside of devoted music circles. Is it really?
I'm small, I'm skinny, I'm white, I got a lisp, I'm awkward, and I'm fucking better than you. Yeah.
It is genuinely crazy to think that someone that was involved in the diss track era of YouTube is at this like legendary artist status right now. Quadeca was always one of the YouTubers in this era that was definitely way more skilled than everybody else. Those friggin' rapping like 50 different rappers videos went so crazy.
I'm gonna kill you right now, bitch. I wanna kill myself right now, bitch.
But if you told me back then that the dude that made this
Really gonna get into the band, but I never understand why you really wanna ban me.
would go on to make this and this, KSI's gotta be so mad. I personally think it's cool to see the cringier beginnings that a lot of artists have. There is something about the YouTuber title that when you're talking about an artist and someone knows that they're a YouTuber and didn't know they made music, that's kind of just something that will stick in their brain. And even if it's good, they'll be like, yeah, this is pretty good for a YouTuber. But I don't know, I think we're getting past that. I think the only thing that Joji got right that Quadeca maybe should have done is use a different name. TikTok by Kesha, for quite obvious reasons. It's hard to say if this ruins the whole song. I'd hate to let one lyric ruin a song like this, but it is hard when it's literally the first lyric.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Hey, what up, girl?
And it has to be P. Diddy. There have got to be so many celebrity name drop lyrics that have aged like milk by now. It's crazy that the general public used to think so highly of a lot of celebrities and think they could do no wrong. I feel like not a lot of people name drop celebrities now, unless they're like implying that they're a bad person. We know better now. Yeah, name dropping P. Diddy though, that's definitely got to be up there for one of the worst aging ones, other than like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. Kesha has changed this lyric when she's performing it it live to say frick P. Diddy, and I think that's pretty cool. Though honestly, what would be even more cool is if she drops a remix or just a re-recording of the song with that lyric. In a time like this, that would really mark the return of her session pop. Big as the Super Bowl, Drake on first-person shooter, and it was at this moment that Drake jinxed himself just about as hard as you can possibly be jinxed.
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing shit that they did in the studio.
A few moments later.
Say Drake, I hit you like I'm young.
That is insane. I forgot he said that. I think that might have been the fastest I've seen some songs age so poorly after Kendrick KO'd Drake in the whole beef. And hey, I'm not trying to glaze or anything, but come on. Other than push-ups, who is bumping Drake's songs from the beef? I know nobody's bumping The Heart Part 6. That one aged horribly as I was listening to it. He would say one line, get to the next line, and that last line already aged horribly. But yeah, that Super Bowl lyric, Drake must have angered some kind of cosmic entity with that lyric, because that is too perfect. Every Kanye song, it's just not the same anymore. I actually had this conversation with someone recently when an old Kanye banger came on and we were grooving out to it. We were getting into it. I was like, man, this stuff was so good. And then he turns to me and goes, you think he'll ever make something like that again? I said, no. I genuinely used to be one of those people that was like, you can separate the art from the artist. I can at least still listen to their old stuff, but I have found it increasingly difficult to listen to Kanye without at least just thinking about it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with listening to old Kanye. I mean, that stuff slaps. It is undeniable. And if you're able to shut that off and listen to it, that's awesome. I envy you. But unfortunately for me, it's hard. There's just an aura of sadness and disappointment that floats around in my brain when I'm grooving around to Paranoid. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number by Aaliyah. This one is genuinely gross. If you guys don't know, for context, at the time this was made, she was like 14 or 15. This song is about getting with an older dude. The song being written by the one and only R. Kelly, who had some kind of relationship with her at this time. A lot of bad stuff was happening to her, and the fact that R. Kelly wrote this for her to sing is so gross. I can't even joke about this one. This is just one of those old ones that, given the circumstance and what has gone on since, it's really hard to listen to. Pretty much any love song about staying in love forever that was written by someone who broke up with that person they were talking about. Okay, this one is pretty vague, but it is true. It's something that's plagued Taylor Swift's career quite a bit, making it kind of her signature thing, and has since led to people like Sabrina Carpenter making a song like Please, 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 where she somehow managed to make a love song about being in love whilst completely age-proofing it, because this is something that happens so often, and good thing she did, because guess what? They broke up, and the song is still good, and now I would say it's aged even better with the new context. But I don't know. I don't think if someone wrote a song about being madly in love and then broke up with said person that they were madly in love with negates the whole message of the song, unless they say something literal like, yeah girl, we're literally never gonna break up, you got nothing to worry about, neither do I, this shit is solid, we're so in love, this shit is epic and will never end, ever, literally. Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. I know he wanted to turn back time to the good old days, but time travel still doesn't exist. Is pretty embarrassing. You just know when he was writing this one, he was thinking,
this might sound corny now, but just wait till time travel's a thing, and people will be bumping this constantly.
I'm sorry, I know this one's stupid. It was too funny of an answer to leave out. And I agree that the song aged poorly for a completely different reason. I just think it doesn't sound good, but I also didn't think it sounded good when it came out. Satisfy You by Diddy and R. Kelly. Don't want to know what them studio sessions were like.
When it hurt, I eat the pain, girl. Caress your frame, get them worries off your brain, girl.
This one is so horribly aged that it's got to be placed in the Smithsonian, like Petrified in amber. Insane combo, nightmare blunt rotation. Listening to this song back then, who would have thought? Who would have thought that these two would have turned out to be some of the worst humans on the planet? I can't imagine how those sessions would be though. Like, you think they knew about the other person, or like they weren't that close and didn't talk about their personal life, and it's all just a wild coincidence? I don't know, but maybe we'll get a collab album from prison. Nice for What by Drake. High School Pics, you were even bad then.
High school pics, you was even bad then.
Man, the things that people be saying in songs. Do you realize that you're saying this in a public environment? People were so much more comfortable talking about high school, especially Drake. This one already would have been bad, but given the whole Drake situation, it looks a lot worse now. This one almost aged as bad as that one time he mentioned Millie Bobby Brown for no reason. You guys remember that? It happened so long ago. That's all the ones I got for today. I should do something that'll make this video age poorly. Damn, it's so crazy how it's 12:08 p.m. on a Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I think this moment will last forever. Shit. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you really like the video, hit the subscribe button. Unless you're already subscribed, which in that case, you get 1 point. Start counting your points now, all right? They're not gonna come easy. That's it. Join my Discord. I love you. Bye.